Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. On this week's episode, we're going to get into our 3-link setup, the drops that we have to make to connect all of that. We're going to revisit the motor mounts made in prior episodes, and we got a couple other things to show you. Hope you enjoy this week's episode. Let's get into it now. We have our motor and transmission back mocked up into place. It's not bolted in. It's very maneuverable and negotiable right now, which is good. We did make the motor mounts earlier in past episodes, but right now, until we get the axle tube, the link setup completely figured out where we want it, we really need the ability to maneuver everything around a little this way, a little that way, just so when it's time to finally do the weld in of every little piece, if it needs to be tweaked, it can be tweaked, and we don't want to have to start cutting things out. We have flipped the axle tube upside down from the way it is factory mounted. We have the actual place, the flat part where the leaf springs would mount to are typically at the top. We have it flipped over to the bottom. The reason that I've done this is because this transmission, it's very far out and it's just very big for the truck. This gives us a lower point of a solid piece of metal to attach to for our link setup. When we get into that, it's going to need to be trimmed a little bit. We've got a couple other things to show you, and let's show you that right now. All right, so we have the coolant tubes. They've been sandblasted, outgassed because they were so corroded. We had to blast all the crap off of them prior to outgassing. Now we got them cleaned up. I'm going to send them into the blast room one more time, have Eddie give them a quick blasting again. We are going to get these powder coated. Once again, we have the half shaft here. I'm going to get him to blast this, and we're just going to give it a quick coat of nice satin black automotive paint. Baby stepping our way through the tiny truck project. It looks a lot better. We'll let it dry and we'll get all the masking tape off, but there you go. Fresh half shaft. As you can see, we're just kind of chilling in place again. We're back to this, but we have made a lot of progress. We have stuff to actually weld to when it is time now. We know right about where the motor's going to sit. The old nifty transmission jack has returned to show its face once again and holding things where they need to be. And there's our axle tube. Like I told you guys, I have it flipped upside down. That gives us a nice low solid point to attach stuff to. And let's get in there. You can see right here the support for the axle tube. It's not touching, but it is dangerously close. I have it marked on the other side. We're going to trim that up and eventually re-support the trim away because that is structural for the axle tube to give it rigidity, but we'll get that all fixed up. So we're getting ready to cut that out right now. We actually have the ability to line up the path of the axle. Made it back to our home shop. We got the axle tube back. It's been wallered out. We took a carbide bit at the shop. Me, Eddie, and Jonathan took turns just wallering out that little lip that exists inside the stock axle tube for the stock axle. We now have the CRV axle. Well, we have the end of the CRV axle, and it moves all the way through, in and out. It rotates. We have it far enough through now to where we can get the axle nut on and lock into it. We're getting ready to start on our 3-link, 4-link system. It is going to have to be a 3-link. The transmission is so big. It's so big in the back of this little truck that there's really no way to put an upper link bar because the transmission's right there. So we're going to do 2 lower link bars. There's a third that will be on the motor side, and then we'll do a parallel crossbar for the actual travel of the axle. And that's the setup that we're going to have to figure out to make this work for just what we have to work with. I want to show you what we've done, what we're planning on doing, and we're going to just start playing around with re-supporting the frame at the front where the link system is going to tie in to the frame rails. So there we have the axle all the way through. Got plenty of real estate to get the axle nut on there. This is going to be an insanely small axle shaft, so that'll be fun. The good news is this entire front hub comes off, so I will be able to slide this side of the axle like all the way through here and out, and then seat that side in. We're gonna come on down here, and right up in here is where I'm just going to put a little plate in. I'm creating like a horseshoe plate. It's gonna grab right there. That's what I'm working on right now. We're gonna get that made, and then we're gonna figure out the drop from there because we need a mounting bracket that comes down and comes to the same height as the bottom of the axle tube so we can have the combining link right there. So let me show you what I've been working on and getting ready to tack together and give it a try. This is one side. This is going to go up the side of the frame rail. This will be on the bottom of the frame rail, and then this piece is supporting right now, but this will be the other side. So we got our little tack welded box, and let's see how we did. We have our 2 marks right there. Oh, one-handed, that's about as close as I can get it to where we want to be, but we are nice and tight there. We're tied at the bottom in the center, and I already checked the other side. We're looking good over there too. So that's going to be the first piece of the puzzle. We're going to figure out our drop now. This is pretty close to center of the axle tube, and you can see where the bottom, where the leaf spring would go, normally be on the top. But anyways, it is not center of the frame rail. The inside point of the leaf spring mount goes to the inside point of the frame rail, but you can see it is way wider than the frame rail. So what this means we have to do is we actually have to come out from the frame with our bracket. We're not going to be dropping straight down. We're going to be like out a little bit off of that bracket. We got to do. All right, so we have the drops and this lower box portion supported. We did a support at the top, and this combines these thick outer pieces with this thinner top piece. So now they're actually bound together. Support in the middle. We have our bottom piece on. We supported that. So it's going to be really rigid. It's not just going to be an outside box that can be kind of like torqued and twisted apart. It will have some structural stability on the inside. We got this done. All right, so now we have that piece made, and now we're gonna come back in after we weld this little guy on, and we're gonna use that thicker material again to go from here to here on both sides, and we'll do one support in the middle. We got our little supports tacked in place, and now we're going to do a little cover piece to help just cover it and bind it all together. All right, so we got our little cover piece made. I punched 2 holes in it so I can get through this really well to actually have the bead bind into this other support piece. So I'll be tacking it there, and then I'll be doing my tacks all the way around, and then that should complete this little section of our suspension for the tiny truck. Alrighty, and we got that tacked into place. So now the last little portion that we have for the day is just to go ahead and get this covering on and get it tacked in. We have our bracket that we worked on this weekend. It is just in place. You can see it's nice and tight all the way around. Obviously, you know, the frame rail's rounded, so you're gonna have that gap there. But I had to beat this bad boy up in there with the hammer, so it's good and snug. We will have a piece that gets welded to the very base of this, and then we'll have a piece that gets welded to the very base of the axle tube. Axle tube is sitting higher than it actually will. I just wanted it parallel. If you really get down here, we are lower than that outer point of the transmission on both sides. The actual link itself will drop down a little bit, so that gives us plenty of room even when we hit bumps and are fully loaded in the suspension to not have to worry about hitting the transmission itself, and that's what we were going after. So we are getting there, guys. We are getting there. So we finished up the passenger side drop for our 3-link setup. We need to make the other side now for the driver's side. Let's hit you with that finger snappy 5000, huh? Boom, done, completed. A couple other things I was wanting to take care of. Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's take a look at what we got. All right, so this is where we were versus where we are. These are the original motor mount holders. They were tacked into place in the back of the truck. They were different. I didn't like that. I went ahead and created 2 simple boxes. It's going to be sturdier. It's going to look the same on both sides. We'll round off these front corners, weld the entire assembly up, and get those powder coated. We have our drops for our 3-link setup. That's made. Nice and sturdy, nice and strong. Went ahead and remade the transmission mount too. The old one did its job and it helped us figure out where everything needed to be, but the new one is boxed in, it's stronger, it's thicker still, and it's going to treat us better in the long run. Let's take a look at what's gotten done so far. We've got the new motor mount boxes made. They're tacked together. They match one side to the next. That's going to be very pleasing to the eye. No different style mount boxes on each side. That's nice. We got the CRV axle head all the way seated, ready for the axle nut. We got the new transmission mount made. We got the drops made for the 3-link suspension setup. We're moving forward in the right direction. Not going to actually weld any of this up completely until absolutely everything is made. We still have to do the coilovers in the rear, mounts for those. We have a 3rd motor mount that needs to go in the back, but we're getting close. We're chipping away at it, and that's all we can do. Well, that's all the time I have for this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the progress. We are really starting to chip away at the, you know, the meat and taters part of this build. We have our drops made. I have some very solid thoughts on the new coilover suspension for the rear. Feeling really good about it. We'll see how that pans out. But I'm gonna get back to work. You guys get back to work, or maybe just watch more videos on the internet. You do you, I'm gonna do me. I'm Chris Kirby, and I'll see you next time.